Hey guys, it's Tim here, and today I'm going to be walking you guys through the current Nintendo Switch games that I own. And just a heads up, this video I'm like 99% sure is going to be pretty underwhelming for a lot of you guys that own like 50 billion Nintendo Switch games. You own the entire library. You're going to look at me and be like, psh. But hey, rather than criticizing, comment down below what games are you playing, because I want to know, I want to check them out. But without further ado, I'm just going to walk you guys through the games that I currently own because you guys ask all the time. The first game that I picked up on the Switch needs no further introduction. It's The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. I have an entire video about this video game up on my channel. Please go check it out for, more detailed thoughts about what I think, but spoiler alert, I think it's incredible. It's probably one of the best games I've ever played my entire life. I've played through many Zelda games, whether that's handheld or console, and this game for me just was pretty crazy that Nintendo, this was like their first ever fully open world game, and they just like hit a home run on their first drive. So that kind of speaks to the people that work over at Nintendo. We're here over a year later that this game came out, and it's still amazing. And I'm still going back to it and finding things that I hadn't seen before, and that really speaks to the quality of this title. The second game that I own is Super Mario Odyssey. This game for me is like kind of a return to form because I played Super Mario 64, Super Mario Sunshine, and I played both Galaxies, but the Galaxy games were kind of different because they weren't an open world game where you could just kind of explore the entire map at once. It was more of like a linear progression where you had to go to one stage and then the next stage and then the next stage. But I love the open world Mario games, so whenever I heard that they were coming out with a new one in Super Mario Odyssey, I was so pumped, and boy did they not disappoint. I love all of the worlds in this game. I think that there's a lot of variation in the maps. Also, just spoiler alert, whenever you beat this game, it's sort of like you've just begun. I was so surprised because I didn't look up any YouTube walkthroughs or anything whenever I started playing this game, and I beat Bowser, and the game was literally like, hey, you barely cracked the surface. So if you want hours and hours and hours of gameplay, kind of like with Breath of the Wild, pick this game up too. You could pretty much just own those two games, I feel like, and play them almost like an entire year and be pretty satisfied. The third game I own is Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. The Wii U was the very first Nintendo system that I hadn't owned since probably like the Nintendo 64. My parents would never let me have a Nintendo 64 whenever I was little, so the Nintendo GameCube and the Game Boy Advance were my first Nintendo systems. I owned a Nintendo 3DS, but the Wii U for me just wasn't a compelling enough system for me to own, and it really pained me as a Nintendo fan to see it on the store shelf all the time and be like, I want to take you home, but also what am I going to play on you? I don't really care that much. So for them to bring a game that I wanted to play but I didn't want to own the system and bring it over to the Switch was so awesome. This game, for those of you that haven't picked it up yet, is pretty much the Wii U version plus all of the DLC from that game that you had to pick up separate, with some additional content, like a really great new reformed battle mode. And this game is, for me, I love playing it online. The online mode works really seamlessly. They have this new 200cc mode, which was also on the Wii U version, but like, I didn't realize how fast it was gonna be until I started trying it, and I was like, oh my gosh. Also, the level design in this game is just crazy because now you can drive up on walls and stuff, and I'm constantly seeing new things that the game designers put in there that I hadn't noticed before, and it just makes me want to keep racing. And then I learn new little strategies or new little shortcuts, and that also makes me want to keep racing. So generally, I just want to race all the time. This game is awesome. Check it out. If you own a Nintendo Switch and you don't own this game, what the heck are you doing? The last game that my wife and I own on the Nintendo Switch is Snipper Clips. This game, if you haven't checked it out, is awesome. You can buy it in stores, but also on the eShop, which is what my wife and I have done. That is why I don't actually have the game box. It's here on my Switch. But Snipper Clips is sort of just like a puzzle game that requires two people to play. So you're kind of having to cut each other into different shapes in order to progress through different levels, hit different switches, carry each other in different ways, bring objects to the end of the goals. There's tons of different ways to beat a level. but it kind of leaves it up to the player to figure that out, and it's a really fun co-op game. I would say that this is even funner than Mario Kart to play multiplayer. You can pull the edges of the Switch off and give each player a controller, and it is so much fun. So yeah, like I'd mentioned at the beginning of this video, you guys might be here like, wow, he only owns 4 games. That's kind of lame that he made an entire video about this. But rather than criticizing, please just comment down below. Let me know, what are you playing that I don't own? Because my wife and I want to know, because we like good games. So let me know whether it's on a store shelf or on the Nintendo eShop. I want to buy new games and check them out and give you guys feedback on them. So yeah, thank you guys for watching today. If you want to subscribe for more entertainment, tech, and review videos, you can subscribe right here. Give this video a thumbs up if it helped out or if you liked any of these games. And yeah, my review for Avengers Infinity War will be coming out later this week, and I look forward to seeing you guys in that one. See ya.